That's so cool. Okay, so we're live. I'm taping now.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Yeah, look at little Miss Brenda's lower third. I'm having lower third envy this morning. Mine won't mine won't hook up. Hi! Shy guy in the background. Just you.
Yep.
When my husband comes through, he'll just be like, "Bleh."
I sent my
Hopefully.
family away. There was no way. I've got two little ones. It's wouldn't
Oh.
happen.
Oh, I'm waiting for those interruptions.
Yeah, like I said, mine will all be animal related, I'm sure. Birds, dogs. Okay, so who wants to go first?
I guess I'll go first. Try this out for the first time here.
Okay.
All right, so I'm basically doing a screen share, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
so let's see.
And I'm going to mute because that way we won't hear chirping.
All right. Do I do an entire screen or Google Hangout screen? Let's just try one.
Oh. No, you're good.
That's not. No?
No, that.
Okay.
Do the entire screen. I think that's the one you do. Hold on,
Yeah.
let me look at the choices.
You now have to pick your tab, the one you want to show.
Yeah, pick the tab. So do like the tab that you need.
Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to have them both on at the same time so I can see that. All right, sorry guys. All right, let's try this again. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Now, as long as the bug is out of this, let's see. How do I make this larger? Okay, so what this is kind of a gallery walk through biomes is how it's intended to be. But at the same time, the students are going to complete the biome walk. So I kind of start them through it, and then there's a prompt for them to go inside and add their own code and their own sprites to the biome walk, of course leaving the main frog figure throughout. So there's a little bit of interaction here as far as game playing and responses. But so it's a little bit of mix of student-led and automatically moving through. So I have 4 biomes that I go through. The idea is that each biome has a different activity or task regarding the food chain and producers, consumers, predator, prey, so that they kind of get a little bit of everything as they're moving through. And this is another thing I want to change to make this more difficult is where this is ending. But at 8, it continues. And without the student doing anything, it will move automatically from this biome just to kind of indicate the direction they should be moving. Another little bug there, if you saw that, it kind of sticks at the edge. I'm still trying to figure that out. This one I'm going to change the response for. If you click in yes or type in yes, it'll say congratulations. If you type in no, it'll say, yeah, I think you're wrong. So we're going to do the yes. And so here we are at the Grand Canyon. And not cool. Okay. So if, yeah, there we go. So if it gets hit by the bat too many times, it'll pop up saying, you know, I have been consumed, game over. But if you get out of that screen and touch the edge, it'll get you into this biome. And at this point is where the students would add either, you know, something for the frog to eat or something that could eat the frog to this biome. So the idea is that I start it and the students create it, and then all together, like each student would create one biome page, and then as a class we could put them all together to have basically this, travel or tour the world, so to speak. So yeah, that's it. I guess I should have shared the code. You guys want to see code?
Sure, let's see it.
Sure.
That is
Why not?
awesome.
All right.
I love it. What a great concept that you're going through the biomes, there's the interactivity, but that the kids can add to it, and then everybody ends up with a part of it. That is awesome.
Exactly. So basically, for each class period, it would wind up being completely different, making it more interesting for the instructor as well. So the frog, obviously, at this point, has got some serious code going on, and this is where the bugs came in, me just trying to keep track of what I was broadcasting and what was supposed to happen with that, and the variables was a little tricky. So obviously, by the time this is done, I mean, the frog's code's going to be just huge. The beetle, not too much, just basically falling from the sky. The bat, the only, kind of trick I had was getting the bat's wings to flap up and down. Figured that out finally. But yeah, that was kind of my issue this morning, was just getting the darn bat to work right. But yeah, so that's it, and I'm hoping that I did a coding project with the water cycle, and then as part of their final, they actually have to code a game. Even if it's a small game, it has to have the user has to be able to control a character, and then there has to be a way to develop a score. But I'm actually incorporating that into my final. So they have their multiple choice, their written portion, and then the project-based assessment will be in the computer lab for 3 days. So they have 3 days to get me some sort of game on astronomy. The water cycle game that we did as an assignment a couple weeks ago was a hit. Man, they loved it. And the coding class, by the way, for Keller Middle School, for me and Mr. Batad, has been approved. She's funding it even if you don't get the grant. So
that's awesome. We love it.
Yes. So what we're thinking, because we're going to have that small science room open next year, we're thinking about combining my 5 desktops, his 5 desktops, getting some more laptops in there, getting the robots all in there, and using that room for coding and having it set up in stations so that if we can't afford more computers, we could just have the kids rotate through the robot station, the coding station. Yes, there'll be a book corner, so to speak, to use the books you sent us. So this is full-blown happening next year. It's going to be awesome. So thank you guys.
I'm so excited.
So yeah, I'm really, really trying hard to learn this just so that I'm ready to teach it next year. And me and Mr. Batad will get together and write the curriculum if it's not done somewhere else out there. But yeah, we're really, really excited. The kids love it, and the counselors let us pick the kids that were going to be in the classes.
That's great. Now, what school did you say you were at again?
Keller Middle School.
Where is that again?
Our east side, like between Nellis and Hollywood, Charleston and Stewart.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be full-blown going on next year. At least 2 periods. We may be able to get more going, but at this point, we have it at 30 kids per session, and mixture of 7th and 8th graders, and it's on the schedule. The counselor's already gotten the people for it. It's happening. So yeah, we're really excited about it. You guys definitely got to come check it out.
Oh, I can't wait. Hey, so what you need to do, as soon as you find out from me that that grant is approved, because I'm hoping that they're going to approve the second course, then you two should sign up. I know it's double duty, but maybe if you two sign up for that as well, because in that grant, I wrote in Chromebooks. We may change it, but with the second course, not the second part of this course, but the additional course, that one will come with a whole bunch of different set of goodies and some other computers.
Awesome.
Or
now,
devices.
how do we sign up for that? Is that something the principal's going to get again at the beginning of next year?
What we're going to do is I'm going to give you the heads up as soon as I know that it's approved and what got approved, so that you guys are in the know before your principals even. Your principals will probably be, actually, I'll probably let your principals and you know at the same time, because you guys have top priority. And so that would then put you guys in for the second part of this course, which won't have as many goodies. It'll be more about training of the code.org curriculum and training for the apps and the apps portion, which will probably happen a little bit like this, but it won't have as many goodies. It won't have the computers. The second course that I proposed is a STEAM course. It's called Full Steam Ahead, and we would be designing that course the first part of the year, and then you guys would get trained on it, and then the people that are getting trained on it will also get goodies to go with it to teach all the, so instead of STEM, we're adding digital art in there as well. So there'll be a unit on a digital art, there'll be a unit on science, math, technology, and then, STEAM.
Right.
So
awesome.
That will be, and we're designing a whole course through, I'll have expert areas design the difference, making it an interactive blended learning that is going to be working off of an interactive website, and also have a game portion that as they complete the assignments, it affects them how they do in the game. Web designer, an instructional designer involved in creating the course. I think it'll get approved. So just put your ring in the hat for that one if you want to, or at least one of you, so you guys get the resources.
Okay.
Sorry,
yeah,
I didn't mean to take up all the time.
That's okay. Because just a reminder, we will have a new principal change next year, and the new principal really doesn't know me from Adam yet, so So awesome. But yeah, we're really excited, and I think it's going to be awesome. The school needs it. We need rigorous electives for sure, so it's going to be good for everybody.
Awesome. One of you two want to talk?
I was just going to say that was great. Great stuff.
I agree.
Thank you.
I'm sitting there looking at the biomes, and I'm going, oh man, 7th grade, what are we taking on with the ecology portion? And we weren't sure if we were going to have to take on the biomes. So thank you. If we definitely have to. They're still looking through everything, trying to figure out what we're doing for 7th grade next year. So, I know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think they're just going to take it one quarter at a time and see what happens.
Well, at least the first portion with chemistry I've taught before, so that one I'm not going to have a problem with. But when it comes to the 6th grade content, I'm going to be back in college again.
Yeah, see, I feel that way about the chemistry.
Okay, so
cool.
I have done some.
So Stacy, what else did you want to add?
Okay, so I ended up updating mine. So I'm going to go ahead first, really quick. I wanted to show you my final exam. So my students in my STEM class have 3 parts to theirs, and part of it is they are going to be creating a game. So they're going to have 1 hour to try and build this. They're going to do it in groups of 2 or 3 so that they can work interactively, and that's one of the things that I wanted to, part of their class has been, because of the FLL, or the First LEGO League, is that they have to have the cooperation and gracious professionalism. So we've kind of carried that throughout. Let me change it real quick to the next one. So I was excited to be able to incorporate that. Hold on, I'm trying to switch screens real quick. Okay, so this is the updated version. So what I did is I did build in a button for the simulator, so if they didn't want to go through it, they just wanted to go to the simulation, they could. So you can click that. I did add in, you know, that they could choose 1, 2, or 3. I still need to work more with the graphics a little bit, but at least you'll be able to demonstrate what it is. And of course, let me click the flag again. So now I've got it to where if you click the wizard, it'll go through everything. And then at the very end, it takes you back and it gives them instructions and everything. So I'm going to stop this real quick. Go to the simulator portion. And then right after this, it will should kick over to the next screen. Hopefully, I've been debugging all morning. And of course, it's not wanting to. Okay, so let me go inside real quick so I can show you. So I did add in that number option. So let me go in, hopefully, let's see, because I just had it working and of course it's not. There we are. So now they're going to go into, you know, the outside and be able to do it, and then I give them instructions at that point to what to do and what to take on the outside. So when we go to it, anyway, so there we are. So I've added some more. I still need to do a little bit more just debugging from the Diet Coke perspective, but other than that, I think I'm just about where I want it to be.
That looks great. Scared the bejeebers out of me. I wasn't ready for the clapping. No, you know what? The progression of where that project started and where it's gotten to now is really cool. It's really cool.
I've really just wanted, because I have the old project, you know, as the basis of what to look at, because then I took it and then I modified it to make it my own for my own classroom. You know, and same with what we began with our lesson plan, because we just kind of had an outline, and then I went forward and took it and incorporated all of the AVID strategies and everything that I have to have in my classroom to make it mine. So what you've seen, like the lesson plan, was that the main format is, you know, all of us together, and then I've just been able to take it and create it and put it everything that I need. So.
Well, that's awesome. That is really great. That is really great.
That's really good, Stacy.
Thank you.
Yeah, love it.
If you saw, because I mean, I can show you the old one, and it literally is just, you know, and I'm having an issue with I can't get the Mento to show from the actual Mento package up that we had. There's some glitches with that one, and it's been frustrating. But if you don't care, I'll show you what the old one looked like, where it started from, and where the progression has, so that you can
just getting that foam, just getting that's, I mean, and that's kind of the hard part for me, too, is, you know, your imagination can grasp it, but how do you put it into the actual, you know, how do you make it work? How do you create it is sometimes, especially when there's not a sprite that you need and you're drawing owner.
Yeah, and we ended up, a student had done a huge amount of it, must have been like a quarter-long project. And we literally took a very small amount and then we made it our own. But this is what it started out as. And that was it. So
that's amazing how far you've come from that.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all.
Hey, so that gives me a great idea for the digital art portion of that course that when it gets approved for next year, is maybe the idea of designing the graphics that gets used in all the different areas. That might be a really good thing.
It would.
Yeah. Yeah, Richard, you didn't see the new interface.
No, I'm going to have to, well, unless she wants to show it again, I'll have to go back and watch the video. So.
The old one or the new one?
No, the new one.
Oh, the new one. It's up to you on what you want me to do, because I can show it again. And I can take it.
Yeah, just go ahead and let them see it. Just let them see that. I just like the fact that you have an outdoor-indoor thing now, and that it's just, if you quickly just want to show it, that would be great.
Okay, so that's the old one, and you saw that one last time. And then this one. So it's got the same information, but I added in the simulator button here. So if you didn't want to go through everything, you could just go through the actual simulation itself. So this takes it through the photosynthesis and iron, and what it is. So that I didn't change or really modify. I modified a little bit of the time constraints so that you could read it and for the students. And I'll probably slow that down a little bit more. I just didn't want to take as much time. Now we go into investigate. And it should kick over. All right, so I added in the how many Mentos. So if you choose 1, 2, or 3, it's that progression, and that was the problem. Is I had already spent about 4 additional hours trying to revamp everything and get the coding and everything, and so that it would work. It's going back for the graphics to modify, and that's the one thing that I will do on my own, is change it so that it only shows a small amount, where like this is 1 where it goes up, but I want the little spout to come down. But then added in this part where it's like, okay, we're going to take this outside and we're going to actually do the demonstration with the Diet Coke and the Mentos. And then it just provides them instructions in what to do. And that they're going to go back and have some fun, and takes it right back to the beginning. So,
cool.
Anyway. But yeah, a huge difference from where it started to where we are now.
No, that's great.
So.
Yeah, those are both awesome. Yeah. And again, Monique will chat and have probably you set up a studio so you can have everybody put all of their projects in there, so you have it all like in one area for a gallery.
Probably, given the time restraints I'm under, that'll probably be my 1st to 2nd week of June. So I'll be compiling everything, and that way I also will have the link to put in the grant that I have to send all the feedback. You guys are awesome. Awesome.
I know there's been so many great ideas and projects that I'm excited to be able to look at everybody's once everybody's all done, over the summertime.
Yeah. Them all posted in one place with the little walkthrough that we're doing here as the intro for it, and then they can look at all the other stuff is really good.
Is there any way, you know how you did like the unit?
So, yeah, that's...
You know how you did like the unit 1, 2, 3, 4? Is there any way you could just build one in the discussion board and we could just post our URLs in there so that if students or if we want to be able to look at them before then? Because we can literally just drop it in and do part of that work for you.
Well, Richard, isn't the final... Isn't that what we have with the final thing that you set up so that I can just copy and paste?
Yes, their link should be in there. The only thing is, yeah, everyone would have to submit it, but yeah, all those links are already available, and we can probably copy and or share a sheet so that everybody has access to them as people are submitting them as well.
Yeah. So the idea was that Richard created, I haven't even really looked at it, he created something for you guys to submit all your final work. And I'm assuming that that's what you guys are doing. I haven't looked at that yet. But in that, you guys were going to submit your links and any resources and that stuff so that I had it all in one place. And then all I have to do is, like he said, we could either share that or I can take that and I can work from that sheet because I'll have everything right there. And if he didn't do that, I'll have to look at that, and then what we'll do is I'll just have you guys do it, and we'll figure that out. But I would say that's going to be, I'm not going to be able to do that until probably the first week of June is what I'm looking at.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so any other
questions?
So then
all that? What was that?
Monique, I can help you with that too. So.
Okay, good. Yeah, yeah. Actually, anybody that wants to help out with that would be awesome.
Okay.
Hey, so, Brenda, are you one of my code teachers? I can't remember now who my code teachers are.
Well, I am now.
No, I meant like.
I have to add the endorsement officially, which I can do because I have my master's in technology integration. So I'm going to actually be adding the endorsement to my license. So hopefully Keller, they keep this as an elective for the foreseeable future. I mean, it's great for the kids, and a lot of kids that are not really great students in other areas are just blossoming with this, and it's amazing the ones that you can't get to do any other work, but man, they will sit down and they will code crazy, and it's that reason they let me pick the kids, because I told them right at first, I'm like, this is not an accelerated per se class. You know, it's an interest-based class. So it's happening for sure next year. It's going to be a full elective next year, and hopefully we can make it good enough so that they'll continue it. And the kids are really, really excited. I put out a Google form, an interest form, and I told them, you better hurry up, man. That thing filled up fast. So there's a lot of competition, a lot of clamoring to get in that class. So yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Cool. Well, I guess we're good then.